Good morning everyone. In the previous slide, I have taught you about what are the laboratory tests for cement and what are the manufacturing processes of the cement. Okay, so we will give a quick review what I have taught you in the previous slide. So, I have told you there are three types of manufacturing processes of cement. First is mixing of raw materials, second is burning, third is grinding. Mixing of raw materials, there are two raw materials, that is argillaceous material and calcareous material. It is mixed either in dry condition, we can say it is dry process, or it is wet, or it is mixed in weather conditions, we can say it is wet process of mixing. There are two types, dry process and wet process. As I have told you, in the dry process, I have discussed with you, there are two types of raw materials and these two materials are crushed with each other, or it is reduced to a smaller size and it is finely grinded in the ball mill and tube mill. After that, it is stored in the storage basin and it is mixed in the correct proportions. And after it is stored in the storage tank, then it is fed to the rotary kiln. Then after it is fed to the rotary kiln, the clinkers have been formed. And that clinkers are grounded in the ball mills and it is added to, and 2 to 3% gypsum is added to it. And after that, the cement has been prepared and it is sent to the manufacturing or any industries. Next, I have discussed about the wet process. Same, the two raw materials we will be using it. In the calcareous material, that is limestone, it is crushed, and in argillaceous material, that is wash mill, it is washed in the wash mill. It is stored in the, that two materials is stored in a storage basin, and these two materials are grinded in the ball mill to make the slurry. And after it is made slurry, it is stored in a storage tank. And after it is stored in a storage tank, it is fed to the rotary kiln. Then the slurry is converted into the clinkers. After the clinkers have been converted, then it is grinded in the ball mill. Then 2 to 3% gypsum is added. After that, the cement has been prepared and it is sent to the manufacturing or any industry site. Okay. So next I have told the second process, that is burning. As I have told you, the burning is carried out in a rotary kiln and it is, you can see the rotary kiln, the diagram I have shown you, and the rotary kiln is the form of a steel tubes and its diameter varies from, that is 2.50 to 3 meter, and its length varies from 90 to 120 meter, and its burning capacity is 14 degrees Celsius to 15 degrees Celsius. Next is grinding process. It is the last process of the manufacturing of the cement. And here it is, I have shown the flow diagram of the grinding part. And here the clinkers have been obtained from the rotary kiln. Then it is cooled due to the atmospheric pressure. After it is cooled, the clinkers are then again grinded in the large ball mills or the tube mills. During the grinding process, a small quantity of 3 to 4% of gypsum is added. Why it is added? To control the setting time of the cement, the gypsum is added. After that, the cement has been prepared and it is stored in the storage tanks, from where it can be drawn for the packing and it is sent to the manufacturing site or to the industries. Next, we will be dealing with laboratory test of the cement. I have discussed first test, that is fineness test. It is mainly done to conduct or to check the proper grinding of the cement. And the fineness test of the cement is mainly done by sieving method, or we can say that is another method, that is air permeability method. Okay, so we mainly do in the sieving method. You can see here the sieving IS sieve, that is 90 micron IS sieve, and the percentage of the residue after sieving the cement in this sieve is mainly, it should not exceed mainly 10%, it should not exceed. Okay, this is the fineness test. And next is consistency test, that is, you can see Vickert, I have written here Vickert apparatus method. You can see the Vickert apparatus method, and this is the Vickert mold, and this is one of the plunger. And this method is mainly done to determine the percentage of the water required for preparing the cement paste of standard consistency. Okay, this test is mainly conducted how many percentage of the water is required to prepare the cement paste. Okay, so this method or this test has been done in the Vickert apparatus method. So next is initial and final setting time test. In the initial and final setting time test, the same Vickert apparatus is being used that is Vickard mold, needle and plunger will be using it. And we should know in the initial, while setting the cement, in the initial setting time of the cement is 30 minutes and the final setting time of the cement is 10 hours. Okay, or you can say it should not be more than 10 hours. Okay, this is mainly done by Vickard apparatus method. Next is soundness test. Soundness test is mainly done by the Leach-Ateliers instrument. This one is the Leach-Ateliers instrument, and this test is mainly carried out to detect the presence of uncombined lime and magnesia in the cement. Okay, so in this test, and it is mainly done to detect the presence of uncombined lime and magnesia in the cement, which causes the expansion of the cement. Okay, and this test is mainly done by the Leach-Ateliers instrument. And last one is compressive strength test of the cement. You can see here the compressive test of the cement. There are many types of instrument we require in this test. That is, this one is cube mold, and this one is vibration machine, and this one is compression testing machine. Okay, in the compression test machine, this test is mainly carried out on the standard cubes. You can see here the standard cubes, okay, of a good cement, and the standard sand mortar ratio will take a ratio of 1:3 to determine the compressive strength of the cement. So this test is mainly carried out to determine the compressive strength of the cement. Okay, so after it has been prepared, after the cement paste has been prepared, it is taken in the cube mold, and after it has been taken in the cube mold, then it is vibrated in the vibrating machine, and after that it is tested in the compression testing machine. Okay, so here are the some of the laboratory tests of the cement. So next we will be reading about mortar. What do you mean by mortar? Mortar, all of you have been seen, mortar is a workable paste. You can see here the diagram, you can see here the mortar is a workable paste, and the term mortar is a paste prepared by adding required quantity of water to a mixture of binding the material like cement or lime and fine aggregate like sand. Okay, so we can say that mortar is a workable paste which is prepared, it is mainly prepared by adding required quantity of water to a mixture of binding material, that is cement or lime, and you can take as a fine aggregate, we can take as sand. Okay, so we can see here the paste. Next is mortar is a material which is used in masonry construction to fill the gaps between the bricks and the blocks used in the constructions. Mortar is one type of a paste I have told you, and it is mainly used in the masonry construction to fill the gaps between the bricks and the blocks. You have been seen while constructing any houses or any walls, in between the two bricks the mortar has been placed. Why it is placed? Because to give the strength and stability to the wall or to the bricks, the mortar has been placed. And you can see the next point I have written, the mortar binds the bricks and the blocks together to give the strength and stability to the wall. And here mortar also binds the bricks and the blocks together to give the strength and stability to the wall. Next is, what are the functions of the mortar? As I have told you, to bind together the bricks or the stones properly so as to provide strength to the structures. As the bricks have been binded together or the stones have been binded properly with the mortar to provide the strength of the structures. Okay. Next is to form a homogeneous mass of the structures so as to resist all the loads coming over it without any disintegrations. As I have told you, to form a homogeneous or to form a mass of the structure so as to resist all the loads coming over it or coming over any construction work without any disintegrations. Okay, so this paste is applied there. So we can say that first point is in the functions of mortar, first point is to bind together the bricks or the stones properly so as to provide strength to the structure. Mortar also give, I have told you, mortar also give strength to the structures. Next point is to form a homogeneous mass of the structure so as to resist all the loads coming over it without any disintegrations. It also creates a homogeneous mass of the structure to resist all the loads that has been coming with the motor without any disintegrations. So next slide we will be dealing with the next class. Thank you.